What is going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo, and we are here with the amazing Sleeping Dogs releasing next week. This is the demo from E3 2012 back in June. Me playing, you're watching me, that is me, wearing the headphones, playing some Sleeping Dogs. It is incredible. I had no expectations for this game. In fact, even at E3, I walked past it numerous times and didn't even budge, and I heard some good things. On the final day, there was open stations, like, hey, I'll check it out. And really, like, goodness gracious, thank God I did, because it's so good, and I'm going to try to boil it down to why I think it's so good, in case you're like, this just looks like another generic open world game. There's three things that I really pinpoint. One is the combat. You'll see later on, it is so brutal, so viscerally intense, and so awesome. It flows very nicely. It's so cinematic. There's a cool upgrade system where you're buying new moves, and you know it's pretty grounded in reality. You're not buying Hadokens or you're not going to just all of a sudden jump up and fly, but you're buying combos and things that would feel like an action star while not being too mundane. And you can use the environment very well to your advantage, as you'll see in this video. So one is the combat is just a superstar. In a lot of open world games, the combat sometimes suffers. Two is what you're witnessing right now, which is the movement. It's got a very Mirror's Edge, Assassin's Creed style of movement and parkour flow that works very nicely with the combat. It kind of, you'll see how it kind of melds together, and it controls like a superstar. You look at this game and you're like, oh god, it's probably a pain to control this guy and move him around the city. How are we going to do all these cool moves that's just in trailers? But no, it really does feel good. It feels good with the controller in your hand. It controls well, and it just all looks good, and that goes into my third and final and potentially most important point, which is the city is amazing. I love that it's very grounded in reality. Of course, it's a real city, Hong Kong, but it has like that pizzazz, or dare I say sparkle, of something like Deus Ex, where it's a unique setting that's not very often explored. It's very colorful. You're going to be going to a whole lot of different styles of environments, from deep city streets to nighttime markets like this to, you know, coastlines and waterways. It's very diverse in its offerings, and it's just a ton of fun. The combat here, you'll notice I'm brushing up on my skills. It feels so fluid. It's almost got a Batman, Assassin's Creed style to the combat as well. But you can do a lot of cool moves. You'll notice in a minute here I'm going to use some environmental attacks and just wreck this guy. That's so brutal. My favorite is coming up, the fan attack. You'll know it when you see it. But this game releases next week, and I am so pumped. Open world games go one of two ways for me. Either I really get into them, or they just completely distract me and overwhelm me and just pass me by. And I haven't gotten really into an open world game for a while. GTA 4, not so much. Saints Row 3, not so much. Infamous 2, for various reasons, they just didn't click. And this one seems like it is going to click, and I'm so excited for it. I was even more excited for this than Darksiders 2 for a while. Now I'd say my excitement level is about equal, because I've seen a lot more of Darksiders 2, and that just looks stunning. But we're going to be bringing you an entire walkthrough starting next Tuesday with the LA Noire levels of episodes, where we get, you know, 5, 6, 7 plus a day early on, to bring it to you guys, because I am so stoked to play it. Here is the fan. Oh my god. You can see even I turn away and look at my brother and be like, what is going on? It's crazy. It's really intense. They kind of went all out, balls to the wall action, while still mixing in a healthy amount of story, some good cutscenes, a really great cast of voice actors. If you look it up, they have a star-studded cast of people voicing this game, and a very, very pretty, very unique setting that I think will lend a lot to the freshness of the game. You know, when we're playing LA knockoff number 5, it starts to feel very stale, but all of a sudden you've got color, you've got neon signs, you've got a multitude of environments, and we're back in business. The environmental combat is great. You can use knives, level up. There's a sort of good and evil system with basically what boils down to crime versus police, and you can kind of align yourself one way or the other and gain points that you use to upgrade. It really feels well. And like I said, it controls just as good as it looks. It's a ton of fun, completely under the radar game. I don't know how it's going to do critically or how it's going to be sales-wise, but I am super stoked for this, and I hope you are as well. It's going to be a blast. Definitely let me know what you think of the game in the comments below. There's no audio here because the E3 show floor is crazy loud. That's why I've got the headphones on, and it would just be garbled mush, and we don't want that, do we? Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you had fun. Cannot wait till next Tuesday. Please join me at midnight. It'll be a blast. Until that time, though, guys and girls, have a fantastic day. Drink some hot chocolate. Be very careful of fans. You never know how much of a nightmare they could become for you in your head. Until next time, we will see you all later.